you can always wear costumes, it probably would look more like in the creative clubhouse you can wear your costumes, because that's the whole point there, is to be creative. So yeah, good suggestion, and definitely that's something I've been thinking about a bit, is like how to kind of allow costumes to be a little bit more expressive and available in more places. So yeah, that's something we'll think about. That's a great question. Thank you. All right, who has not asked a question yet? All right, I got Noctorto and I got Hornet. Let's do in that order.
All right, so I got a couple questions and then one from a friend. I'll start with the friend first. He was wondering if you can make placements for streamer cams, because it's really hard to kind of like place it back to where it originally was, and maybe even use the maker pen to kind of snap it into place. So,
yeah, interesting. That's a good suggestion. So that would kind of go along with the suggestion earlier of being able to attach cameras to gizmos and things like that. So yes, all right. Well, we'll take that one as a good suggestion. Thank you.
And then my other questions are, one for 2D artists. I feel like they kind of need, like, I love this suggestion we heard where you can expand the size and stuff. But a ruler, maybe to get straighter lines, because so far the only thing you have is like a gizmo, and that's it. And some people really don't know how to set that up. The thing for 2D artists is a use-only whiteboard, because I can't put my thing in the invention store and people are just going to erase my name and just, scribble their own name.
Yeah, so. Okay, yes. So the suggestion was maybe some better tools for supporting 2D art. And so those suggestions, I think actually Marisa had forwarded them along from you. So yeah, one idea is like a ruler that you can place on the whiteboard and kind of trace along, and you get nice straight lines. That one sounds really fun to me. And then a little bit more control over, can you erase the whiteboard, or can you put it in an invention and make sure people can't just erase, parts of it or all of it. So definitely, I think those are things we can get to. And again, those are kind of nice, fairly small things that when we get back to our much more rapid update cadence, we should be able to get in fairly quickly.
Right. Thank you.
Right. Oh, and then we were going to do, who did I say? Hornet. Did you have a question, Hornet?
Yeah.
Just make one.
This is an idea that's been going on my head for like a couple of months now, but would it be ever possible to create your own guns, like put on your own fire rate, where you should reload, all that?
Yeah, so the question was, would it be possible to make your own weapons, like for in a custom room, like for a PvP room or something? Can we make it so that you can make, custom weapons? Definitely, yeah. So the way we think about that is the way costumes work. So you kind of have the costume dummy, and you can kind of decorate it with maker pen stuff, and then it snaps to the right place, and kind of everything works, more or less correctly. That's how we would think about our custom weapons. Is we would kind of do like a weapon dummy, which kind of gives you a firing mechanism, and then you can configure, fire out different things, and then you can basically like decorate it with the maker pen, and everything will snap to the right place. You can have the reloaders that work, but can have custom artwork attached to them. So yes, definitely on the list. Yeah, good suggestion. Thank you. All right, Liali, what you got? What was funny? What did I do?
You keep not picking Ryan, which I think.
Oh, I don't want to talk to Ryan. I don't want to hear about Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, it's not going to happen. This entirely deliberate.
Because I just joined, but is Rec Room always going to need focus?
Yes. Yeah, Rec Room is very needy that way. I hope everyone is given Rec Room appropriate focus. That's a moment in time thing. It's connected to the version of Unity that we're working right now. It's we love Unity. We're not throwing them under the bus. They just have a bug right now that requires focus, or you get really bad performance degradation. So we added that message because people were like, man, my performance is even more terrible than usual. And it was just because they didn't have focus. So sorry about that. We know it's inconvenient. We want to fix that too. Should be next engine upgrade we do. That should just go away. All right, Ryan, I guess we'll talk to you.
Ryan, it's okay, man. You got this. I believe in you.
I wore my shiniest gloves and everything.
Beautiful.
All right, so back on March 15th, there was a developer response that said lots of updates coming that will smooth out friction between different locomotion types. And that was on March 15th. Has anything happened yet, and is anything planned?
They've been speculating for days.
Clearly there's no friction anymore between any of the player locomotion types, so problem solved. I actually have no recollection of what we were talking about, but probably what we were talking about is we're continually tweaking the matchmaking. And so what we do with matchmaking is, a while back, you'll remember we introduced the kind of matchmaking that tried to group players by player type. And it really depends on how busy the room is. So basically the way it works is for rooms that are like high traffic, have a lot of players coming in, we can usually split them into instances so that you have like, here's one full of screen players and here's one that's mainly VR players. And you can always invite back and forth. So if you've got a friend who's on a screen, you can invite them into a VR room and vice versa. But generally speaking, the matchmaking for popular rooms will try and kind of push people to like, player type with player type. But for smaller rooms that, like only have a few players in them, we just group everyone together, one big happy family style. So we probably would tweaking that. And so, we never hear anyone complain about teleport versus walk or screen versus VR. Everything's fine, right?
Yep.
So no problem. Yeah.
You say so.
Yeah. Someone in the room here with me is laughing. I don't know who that was. Okay. Hey, just back me up on this, all right?
I think it was
The way it works
Springo.
is if yeah. Yeah, fine.
Oh.
Okay, who has not asked a question yet? Who has not asked? Soda Run, what you got?
Will we be seeing some Wreck Royale Season 2 teasers in May or summer?
Maybe. I'll give you a high maybe on that one. Like I don't want to make any real promises because we've been like the art team have been such troopers about doing all of the hard work to get us onto the quest. I want to give them a nice chance to have a break and recover and not die. So I don't want to make any too aggressive promises. We'll kill them in the year. All right. Let's talk to. Is this? Oh, it's IKP. Hey, let's talk to IKP Pigeon. Hello.
I'm on the wrong mic, so I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Two things. First off, I want to say the new lighting was that something where you managed to make the performance better by adding the new lighting and making it look amazing? Because if that's true, that is really impressive. Great job, guys.
So let's go one at a time. So the question was, did we manage to make performance better while adding the real-time dynamic lights? I mean, yes, that was kind of one of our goals, and it's been a pretty big undertaking. And I think, all credit to the team. We're blessed to have a pretty amazing team working on Rec Room. They work miracles every day, and this is one of them. So yeah, it's been really, really exciting. It's been a lot of work. I won't lie to you. It's been like, you've seen how busy we've been and how, relatively quiet we've been for us. That's because we've been working so hard to get this done. But yeah, what we really wanted to do was make it so all the lighting was real time, so you could create anything and things more or less just work the way you expect. At the same time, we wanted to know that we could ship on the quest. We wanted to make performance better for everybody. And I think we pulled it off, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so thank you for noticing.
Well, the lighting was because we upgraded Unity as well. So we actually got the ability to give you guys real-time lighting. We were not.
Sure, yeah,
that
that's
before.
true. So for people who
Yeah.
are like, for people who like are Unity developers or pay attention to that stuff, so we've moved everything over to Unity's new scriptable render pipeline, which is a kind of new graphics tech, and so that's helping us do a lot of the stuff we're doing. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, you're welcome to kind of ping us on Reddit. We can chat about it. Second thing.
The second thing, I'm going a little old school here, and don't worry, it doesn't involve anything GK or with the B word. What are your thoughts about in a private quest room allowing us to pull out the Maker Pen again, so we can say play Jumbotron with the bow and arrow, or use laser guns in Golden Trophy, and disable rewards if we enable that mode. Just for fun.
I think that's a fun idea. So the question was, we definitely had for a while there, you were able to kind of bring out custom weapons in quests and stuff like that. That was always like a bug. We never actually meant to do that. So when we fixed the bug, that kind of went away. So IKP is suggesting maybe we could do that again. You obviously wouldn't want to give your rewards for that because like you could make it very cheesable. You take like the laser tag power weapon into Golden Trophy and just lay waste. But yeah, I agree that could be fun. Normally for quests, like the quests work in a different way to a lot of other rooms, which makes them a little harder for us to customize. And it's kind of always on our list to be like, there's a few things we could do to like make them work a bit more normally and make them more customizable. We just never quite get to it because there's always something more important. But I hear that. I agree that would be fun. And there's nothing philosophically that we have against allowing you to do that. Yeah. All right, Volts, we haven't heard from you today.
What?
Oh, no, I wasn't saying ask a question. I was just observing. We haven't heard from you. Okay, moving on.
So,
I'm kidding, Volts.
Are vehicles still planned for Wreck Rail Season 2?
Yeah. So that's definitely like for me at least, I won't speak for everybody. This is just Gribbly talking. I don't always get my way. But my number one desire for Wreck Rally Season 2 would be vehicles, for sure.
I want to
I
make
want-
vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I'm on board. I want to make
I think vehicles
vehicles.
are rad.
I got Alpha with me. All right, the two.
Unicycle.
Yeah, I will make the vehicles, whether they're needed or not.
Yeah, no, I think vehicles need to come to Rec Room, and yeah,
Yeah, I came into crashing through a wall.
high priority for us. All right, Cam and Easy, you're looking very bouncy, so let's talk to you.
Alright, so I've been wondering if you guys can add like skeleton NPCs in a quest. So like if you go on solo like in Outlaw Skulls, then you can have like one skeleton NPC to help you that can do like 5 hits to kill an enemy.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so the suggestion is, could we add it so that you can have a skeleton that fights with you? Interesting. Yeah. So that's honestly, I've never thought about that. That's an interesting thought. So, I mean, what I will say is, like, I know we've talked a few times in various kind of town halls and things like that. There's a strong desire for, like, you know, hey, can we have the quest enemies in the Maker Pen so that you can spawn them in your room and kind of use them to build games with? I think that would be very similar kind of technology to be like, hey, let's have them kind of follow you around. So yeah, so I'll file that under we get the enemies working so that you can spawn them in your rooms. All right, Milkbag, let's do you, and then I'm going to go over this side again.
Okay, I have two. I have one actually.
Okay.
Okay, look at me in the eyes. This is a really important question, okay? Really important. Look at me in the eyes. Exactly. Okay. Will there be a paintball quest?
Oh. Well, now that you added that echo effect, the answer is yes, absolutely. You hypnotized me into saying yes. So the question was, will it be a paintball quest? Maybe. We don't. Okay, yes, please, one more time.
Hey, will there ever be a paintball quest?
No. All right.
Gribbly?
Yes.
I have Coach sending me messages with YouTube questions now too. So apparently you've been neglecting YouTube a little too much.
I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry.
So from Human, we have: will we ever get pure white / pure black to the Maker Pen, and why is the rich text function being removed?
That sounds like a good Alkmaar question.
I did one of those things is me. Maybe you could ask
think
the
it's a
other two
Forever
people
Summer
that are up here.
Sounds like a Forever Summer
just
Sky
talking
question.
about the
There you go.
reasons.
got in my mind.
I think
Yeah.
is it safe to say we won't remove that until we have a feasible
Yeah.
replacement for it? Okay, we won't remove that until we have a feasible replacement for it.
The rich text.
Yeah, so the rich text,
yeah.
like the kind of way we think about stuff like that, which is not necessarily intentional on our behalf, is for example, one of the reasons we did the neon stuff was that people were building really cool and amazing neon rooms that were like Fairy Grotto, which was super cool, but was actually using glitches in the lighting system that weren't intentional. But it was so cool that we were like, well, we can't fix those glitches until we actually provide a way to do it properly. So I think for text, it's kind of like something we literally were talking about earlier today, adding better support for text control in Maker Pen rooms, and then we'll probably clean up the rich text once we give you a way to do it officially.
The other question was, will we ever get pure white or pure black in the Maker Pen?
I was hoping I was hoping to dodge that question. So thank you for bringing that one back up.
Yep.
I'm here for you. So the answer is we're not sure. Like that's an active topic of discussion. We have a kind of color palette that we like to use, but we know that people like to use pure black in the rooms. Oh, yeah. So I'd say let's keep that one an active conversation. Give us more feedback. We're kind of talking about it. We're thinking about it. Answer is not sure. How about that? Okay. Harry, did we have anything else from YouTube?
People were just asking about when will microtransactions come on PS4?
Oh, right. Yeah. So the question is, when will you be able to buy tokens on the PS4 like you can on the PC? Soon, we hope. We've been working with Sony on that. They are pretty stringent about their requirements. Rightly so. They're a kind of console developer. They like things to be done a certain way. So we're like most of the way through that process. We think we can't really predict exactly. Yeah, we can't predict exactly when they're going to give us the green light. But yeah, we hope to do that soon. Because we'd love for people to be able to buy tokens. We get asked that a lot.